For anybody out there managing their own superannuation right now, we are in very different and very challenging times. Of course, you don't need me to tell you that. You've already seen the yield on your super, the returns, start to diminish for a couple of reasons. The traditional places that most people invest in are struggling. Cash at the bank, 0.25% currently. The RBA talking about cutting it even more. Property, we've seen record high vacancy rates, whether that's in commercial or residential. The rules have changed, making it harder for landlords to evict tenants that aren't paying their rent. And as such, we've seen a plunge in yields to around 1.5% to about 2.5%. Pretty painful if that's your source of income. Dividends from the stock market, those nice, fat, fully franked dividends that we've all grown to know and love over the last couple of decades, have also been cut. We saw the NAB, for example, cut its dividend by 62% just a few weeks ago. So yields and dividend yields are falling quite heavily, again, 2.5% to about 3.5% being the norm on the ASX. So where does that leave you in terms of optimizing the return for your super, something that's so necessary in the current economic condition where nobody seems to be reaching out to help people that are self-funded retirees? All the help is going to people in job seeker or job keeper, rather than those people that perhaps have worked all their life to provision for retirement. Difficult times. My name is Andrew Baxter. I'm the CEO and founder of Australian Investment Education. I run my own superannuation, but I've also been a professional trader and investor now for almost 30 years. One of the areas of the market that we focus on more than anything is helping our clients be able to generate additional cash flow and enhanced yield, whether the market is going up, down, or indeed sideways. And there's never been a more important time to make sure that your portfolio is earning regular, safe cash flow. Now, the strategy we use is something called cash flow on demand, and under normal market circumstances, and we're far from there right now, we help our clients target returns in the order of about 1.5% to about 3% per month. Now, this is something that's very, very important to understand. That's per month, but that's also in normal market conditions. Right now, we're helping our clients do this on a fortnightly basis. How do we do that? Well, it's a very time-tested and proven strategy, and when you see how it actually works, and more importantly, how the risk is managed, you're going to realize that this untapped resource that you have to increase the income flow in your portfolio will revolutionize the way that you manage your super. Think about this in a slightly different way. Imagine a share portfolio. If you own a share portfolio and you don't use this strategy, it's just the same as owning an investment property, but neglecting to put in the tenant to pay the rent. Now, of course, that leaves you susceptible to moves up and down in the value of the property, but you're missing out on the income play. This is a pure income strategy, and it is getting tremendous traction right now because just like you, most people that manage their own super are finding it harder and harder to find a decent yield, covering that cost of inflation and that ever-rising cost of living that we see. I'd love the opportunity to teach this to you. Very, very simple. We'll spend an hour together and I'll walk you through step by step exactly how you can start applying this literally right now and turning on this tap of additional income in your portfolio whilst managing risk at the same time. Really, really simple. All you need to do is hit the button below, click the link, all the details will be provided. You owe it to yourself because this bleak landscape that we're seeing of cutting dividends, falling property yields, and lower interest rates is unlikely to change for the next 3 to 5 years. So what do? Wait for it to change or become proactive and pivot and turn on a cash flow tap in the order of 1.5% to 3% a fortnight, paid upfront and immediately straight into your bank account. Hit the details below and it will be my privilege to be your host, coach, guide, and mentor as I teach you cash flow on demand.